Okay, here we go with the worksheet 5B for the Math 4 course. And of course, we've been drawing uh, sine and cosine curves. All right, so we'll start with, now, don't let this confuse you. I think I've about decided that, you know how we have an issue with 6 square root of 6 times 3, and your question is, was the 3 supposed to be under the roof or not? We don't know, so we write it like that. Well, I've about decided that the issue goes something like this. Did they mean for this to be the sine of x plus 2 altogether? Or did they mean for this to be the sine of x and then add 2? You don't know, but when the 2 is in front, that's no longer an issue. That's what, it's really like saying sine of x and then plus 2. This plus 2 is all about the shift up 2. Now, nothing else is changing, so our amplitude is going to be 1, and our period is going to be 2 pi. And so we're shifting up, so I need to make myself a little green line. I can draw it relatively straight. Wow, that was a miracle. All right, we're doing sine, so it's going to start right there on the line, and the period is 2 pi, so it's going to finish right there, and it's going to cross in the middle. And with an amplitude of 1, it's going to go up 1 over here and go down 1 over there. Okay, so our 5 points are in place, and we're going to start connecting the dots, trying to make them as curvy as possible. And I will finish. I do this as a courtesy to y'all that I do the main 5 points in one color, and then I'll do the rest of the graph in a different color just so that it stands out. I'm not expecting that of whatever you submit, but I would like to see the full graph, yes. And in this case, we had to be careful with the green line, and yours is a different one. But that were our amplitude up 1, down 1, up 1, down 1 was about the green line and not about the x-axis. All right, let's tackle number 2. 1 minus cosine x. Now, you could almost redo that in this fashion. And that tells you that there are 2 main things going on here. One is the negative sign, which tells us that we are going to flip on the x-axis. And the plus 1 tells us that we are going to shift up 1. And there's no number immediately in front of cosine, so that means our amplitude is 1. And our period is going to stay 2 pi. So if we are shifting up 1, I've got to get a little green line going here. And draw that where y is 1. Then we are doing a cosine, which means we're not starting on the axis itself. Amplitude is 1. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, be careful of this. Normally, my cosine would start here at 2, but this is being flipped on the x-axis, which means that I'm actually going to start down here, and we are going to do an upside-down bowl because this is flipped. Oh, wait a minute. If I flip this on the x-axis, I guess, yeah, the flipping would happen first and then the shift. So even though it went there, it still shifted up. All right, we're and then 2 pi is where it ends. And the bowl is now going up instead of down. So in the middle, we're going to be 1 unit on the other side of the green line, and then halfway points. And then we're going to do this, that, and that. So our bowl is upside down. It is flipped, and it is up 1. Now let's finish the rest of this. So that is going to do that, 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 and that. Okay. That is what that's going to look like. 3 sine x means that we are going to have an amplitude of 3. Period is still 2 pi. We're not shifting anything otherwise, so we're going to start the sine right there. And we're going to finish there, and we're going to cross halfway there. And we're going to go up 3 units, and then we're going to go down 3. We can do that, that, and we can finish the rest of the graph. And that's what that should look like. Now this one should be a normal cosine. It's just dropped down 1 unit. Our amplitude is unchanged. Our period is unchanged. And so, well, that's right. We got to shift down. So I got to draw a green line first. All right. Now, cosine means that we're not starting at the center. We're starting at the top of the amplitude, which right now the amplitude is 1. And we're going to finish up here at 2 pi. And that is 1 above, and we're going to go 1 below. Get the halfway point. Do that, that, and that. Then we can finish up here, there, 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 and go down. Now this one, the negative means that we are going to flip on the x-axis. +1 means that we are going to shift 1, and then our amplitude and period are parent function. So we are shifting up 1 on the green line. Then, let's see, now this is a sine, so it's going to start here, finish there, and it's going to cross the middle. But this is flipping on the x-axis, which means it's not going to go up then down. It's actually going to go down amplitude 1, and then go up amplitude 1. So we're going to wind up with something like this. Okay? Something resembling that. 3 cosine x means that we have an amplitude of 3. We'll have a period of 2 pi. But this time, we have no other shift. So not the center. The cosine starts from the peak of the amplitude. keep 5. We're going to drop down 3 units on the side. The halfway points. Back the curve. We've got our bowl. Finish fast. Start doing this and I feel like Bob Ross painting happy little clouds. And now that's a good curve. All right, there's number 6. A little bit of everything here. All right, so we have an amplitude of 2. We have a shift going down 1. And our period is 2 We're shifting down, so line. Okay. Now, this is a sine, so we'll start on the axis moved. And that means we'll finish up over here at 2 pi, and then we'll cross in the middle. And we will go up 2 amplitude units, and then we will go down 2 units. We'll connect the dots. And then go up and over, down, back, up. Close the last one. Okay. Half cosine. This should prove interesting. Our amplitude is 1/2. Our period is still 2 pi. And so we're going to start not from the middle, but we're going to start with an amplitude of 1/2, which means it's going to be there. We're going to go all the way over to 2 pi and do the same thing. And then in the middle, we're going to drop down 1/2. And of course, our halfway points. So our curve is going to look like this. So there's our cosine bowl. Then we're going to fit it out. Okay, not exactly perfect, but close. Thing is, if they went up and touched 1 or negative, then I know I'd be. All right, and that is the graphs of 5B. Next time we will deal with playing with the period and actually calculate for